Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another Stampin' Day here in Simcoe, Ontario. I'm an independent demonstrator here in Simcoe, Ontario, and if you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can feel free to shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. Well, this is an exciting week because the new catalogue has arrived, and it really is a lovely catalogue. So let's get started. So there it is, that's the front of the annual catalogue. Brand new, lots of beautiful new items in there, new colours, some returning colours, a lot of beautiful items, as I say. And this catalogue runs from May the 2nd, 2023 to April 30th, 2024. We're going to use a couple of items from the new catalogue. One is a brand new item. It's called Countryside Inn Suite, and the other is the Good Feelings stamp set, which was in a previous catalogue and it's being carried over into the annual catalogue. This page 63 is the Countryside Inn Suite. It's stamps, dies, stamps, dies, DSP, and a beautiful embossing folder. Now you can't see that very well, but that background is the embossing folder. We're going to use that today. But stamps, dies, beautiful. The colours in this suite in all the DSP are boho blue, night of navy, balmy blue, and misty moonlight. And this is the papers here. You get 2 sheets of each pattern, 12 by 12, gorgeous, all in those 4 blue colours. And then when you turn them over, you've got all beautiful back sides of the patterns again, all gorgeous papers, absolutely beautiful. Because it's a new catalogue, we also have we have some new in colour cardstock, and these are the new in colours. Let me just get them fanned out for you there. And we have boho blue, wild wheat, moody mauve, which is almost like a darker rococo rose. It's beautiful. What is this one called? Copper clay, and pebbled path there. That's a sort of a browny grey taupey colour. All beautiful colours, lovely colours. We're going to use the boho blue and the wild wheat coloured inks today. So let me put those down there. We'll put the DSP out of the way to give us some room. This is there's the embossing folder. It has a beautiful sort of a rose flower in the center and lots of embossing around the outside. You can see it better on the paper that came with it. The dies are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 hexagon sort of shapes, elongated hexagon shapes we're calling them. Beautiful set of dies, all in different sizes. This is the stamp that's in the set. That's this piece here. It's one large stamp, but because you have the dies in different sizes, you can cut out the layers as you need them. And that's the Good Feelings stamp set, and we are going to use sending sunshine and good feelings your way. So let's get started. We've got some supplies here. Let's have a look. We've got this is the beautiful boho blue cardstock, and we're going to do boho blue card and a piece for the front. We've got the boho blue, the basic card is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We've got a piece of basic white for the inside, 5 1/4 by 4. We've got a piece of boho blue for the outside, which we're going to emboss, and that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Now when you emboss, it does pull your card in a little bit, so that's why I've only taken about 1/8 of an inch off. we got a piece of basic white for stamping the sentiment and sort of the border stamp. We've got some brushed metallic dots which are still in the annual catalogue. And we have this ribbon here. Now this ribbon is called Natural Finish Ribbon. Natural Finish Ribbon. Now it's not current, but in the catalogue there is a set of ribbons, and one is called Real Red and one is called Burlap. Now it's a combo. It's on page 143 in the annual catalogue, and the ribbon I'm using is very similar to that. Okay, I like this. I think it's a lovely colour and a nice width. It's about maybe 7/8 of an inch wide. And of course we've got an envelope. Okay, so let us, what are we going to do first? We're going to stamp first, I think. So we're going to stamp on the basic white. Now, so that we can run this through the Big Shot to cut it out just once, I'm going to stamp my sentiment this way and then put the die on it, and then I'm going to put this die on it this way, so that I can try and get them all out of the same all out of the same piece of cardstock and all through the same pass on the large size Stampin' Cut and emboss machine. This is Wild Wheat. That's one of the new in colours. We're going to stamp the border stamp in that, the big stamp. This is the beautiful boho blue, and we're going to stamp the sentiment in boho blue. So let's get started. Let's get a wipe out. Okay. So there's the beautiful boho blue stamp pad, and it really is a lovely blue. It stamps nicely. So let's get that inked up nicely. Yep, and we're going to stamp that going across. Nice, that's lovely. That out of the way, and the ink, and then we've got beautiful Wild Wheat. If I can get it open, there it goes. Now, because this is such a big stamp, it's not easy to, you know, run it through the ink on the stamp pad, so I'm going to turn the stamp face up and I'm going to ink it this way. Okay. I'll stamp this on the card this way. There. Now, isn't that lovely? What a lovely assortment of different patterns you've got there. And as I say, the different size dies all cut out a different layer. So it really is a good versatile stamp. Don't know where I'm getting red from. I've got red ink somewhere and I don't know where from. Okay, so then let's take the dies from the set, and we're going to use let me think, this is going to be die number 3. Yes, so I'm going to tape this down because I don't want it to move. I'm going to get it as even as I can when I cut it out. A piece of tape here, yes. There. And then I've got die number 3. Now I always count my dies from the outside to the inside, so I have die number 2 for this one. Die number 3 is going to cut out this. Now it just fits around there nicely. I'm just going to move that, turn it this way so that I can line it up. And I think I'm going to put it right in the center because I'm going to put some gems on this piece at the end, I think. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah. There, so that should hold. Bring in the big shot or large cut and emboss machine. Now, because these are dies, we're going to use plate number 1, plate number 2, which is your thin shim, and 2 of the plate number 3s. Let's have a look, see if we can get this all to go through in one pass. I'll go this way so you can see it come through. And it does click and crack and it makes noises, but it really doesn't affect anything. It's just the boards are a little bit warped now. Oh, there, that came out nicely. And there's the sentiment. Okay, I'm going to leave these dies taped to this piece of cardstock just so that I don't lose them. And then what I'm going to do is take the piece of Balmy Blue, which was 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I'm going to take this shim out, the number 2 plate out, because I don't need that for using a regular embossing folder. It's not a 3D embossing folder or anything else, it's just a regular size. I'm going to put my card right in there like that, line it up nicely. Looks quite straight. Put my plates back in and it should, let's move that, just roll right through for you. And there it goes. So let's have a look. And that is one beautiful embossing folder. It really is. The detail is gorgeous on it. Just lovely. Just lovely. Alright, so let's clear the boards away. Don't need those again, I don't think. We've got everything stamped. We've got the card here. So let's pop this baby together. So the embossing piece is going to go on here like this. So, okay. Now because this is embossed, it needs a bit of extra adhesive because there's some parts where the adhesive won't touch. So I'm going all the way around all 4 sides, and then I'm going to put a couple of pieces right in the center so that I've got it around all 4 sides. And let's make sure you can't see any of it. Right. And this is just going right down flat on the front of the card. I'm just going to line it up. There, just like that. Now as I say, because there are parts of the embossing that are raised, that's where you're not going to see, that's where the adhesive is not going to touch. So there's that. This is the white piece for the inside. We can put that in right now if we want to. And this white piece is 5 1/4 by 4, so we'll have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There. And I didn't stamp that, I just left it blank just because you could put, you've got lots of room to write, basically. So then let's look at this piece, or these pieces. I think because there again, this is not a flat surface, I think we're going to put the ribbon down to the back of this piece flat, and then we'll trim it, and then we'll put this piece up on dimensionals. So let me just, all I'm going to do is fold my ribbon in half. The ribbon's about, I think about 10 inches long, might be an inch longer or so, but about 10 inches. And I'm going to fold it so that it's not, I don't want to fold it straight like this. I want it so that it sort of sits just on an angle, so that when it gets to the bottom of the card you can see both pieces like that. See, and it's going to go like that. So then I'm going to crease that with my bone folder just so that it stays like that. Okay, I'm going to put it down on the desk like that. I'm going to take, I could take adhesive, but I'm going to take a couple of glue dots, find them. I'm going to open this up and just put one there, I hope when I fold this back over you can't see them, and one there. Okay, take my ribbon down across my fold again, and that's just going to hold that piece together in place and make it easier to work with. That's all that's doing. This sentiment is going to go on here like this, and if I need to I can pull these pieces in just a little bit, but I'm going to put this, a strip of adhesive right down the two pieces of ribbon, like down there and down there, put this flat on top like that. Let's move that out of the way. So we're going down the ribbon. Might have gone a little too far there, but we'll see. Got adhesive on my fingers. There. Right. Now I don't want this to be so high that you can't see the ribbon. I want you to see a little bit of the ribbon, but I haven't got a great deal of room to play with. Let me see. Just like that. There. And then this piece is going to go on the card like that. Now I need to turn it so that this piece of ribbon isn't sticking off the card, because we don't want it to hang out too far over the envelope. We're going to trim these pieces off to make them even, but we're going to put this piece up on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of lift in there. Put an extra couple on. We can see these are all shiny, so we've got all of the backs off. Now we're going to line this up so that it lines up nicely in between the dashed border. So I just need to pull that closer to me a little bit. Give it a little push. Press it down there like that. There. And then we're going to take this piece and put it down flat on the card. So again, we're going to run, well, before we do that, because it's easier to trim the ribbon before you put it down on the card. You see, we haven't got a lot of room to play here, so we're going to trim the ribbon first. Now to trim the ribbon, you could just cut it on an angle, but it's kind of a loose weave ribbon, so I'm going to trim it into a V. Okay, so I'm going to fold the ribbon in half like that, turn it over, try and get the two halves together like that, and then sharp scissors, there, and do the same with this side. Sharp scissors, there, that's alright. And I'm just going to trim this little piece just it is. Get all the threads off my card. Turn this over. Where's my adhesive again? Now I am going to put some adhesive on the sides as well, just to help to hold this down. Right down the middle of my ribbon again. Make sure the card opens the right way before I put this down. Like that. There. And I've got some brushed metallic gems, which are still in the current catalogue as well. And the gold gem, there's the two sizes, small and large, but I think the gold gems, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll put a couple at the top, just to fill in the space. Might need to move that one over. Lift that, oh nice. There. So there you have a nice card, sending sunshine and good feelings your way. You could do this for a guy, it's in a nice blue. It would work nice for a man or a woman. It's a nice card, inside's blank, so that you can write something nice or encouraging in there. And this card was sort of cased from the catalogue. They had done, there was a gift bag in the catalogue, much like this. I changed it into a card, so there it is. Cased, copy and shared from the catalogue. And as always, if you do sell your cards, please put the angel stamp, the Stampin' Up! Angel stamp on the card, which just says all the stamps and supplies used are Stampin' Up! Supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week. Bye.